James Wickham, thank you very much indeed. Now, it's 25 years since the formation of the Liberal Democrats. Paddy Ashdown was the party's first leader, of course, when the Liberals merged with the Social Democrats in 1988. So just how far has the party come since then? It's been quite a week for them, hasn't it? Stephen Tall is the editor of the blog Lib Dem Voice. He told me it was a while before the party was taken seriously.
It's interesting that we're talking just after the Eastleigh by-election, of course, because I think probably it was the Eastbourne by-election back in 1990 that really put the party back on the right road, and that was a stunning by-election victory against the Conservatives. It just came just a few weeks after Mrs Thatcher had mocked the party for being a dead parrot because of the party's logo, and of course it was the parrot that came back and bit her, and it was only a few weeks after that crushing victory in the Eastbourne by-election that Mrs Thatcher herself was gone. So I think that was the moment, the defining moment that said the Liberal Democrats had arrived as a serious force within British politics.
As far as leadership of the party is concerned, at the time, of course, it was Paddy Ashdown, still very much a player in the political world. Do you think that he really is the only leader that has stood out, or do you think Nick Clegg matches up to him?
Paddy's always said that his one sole regret from his time as leading the Liberal Democrats was that he never got to play a part in national government. He did amazing work in terms of laying the groundwork for it. The fact that the party went from those very difficult beginnings I just described to having 42 MPs in 1997 under his leadership meant that Nick Clegg is now in national government doing something that Paddy could only dream of. There's no doubt that the party would be in a much worse situation were it not for Paddy Ashdown, but it's Nick Clegg who's been able to continue and actually take up the reins in government. And of course there were Charles Kennedy and Lynn Campbell in between as well, who also built on Paddy's success. But I mean, I think if you ask the Dem members who is the leader that they really revere, worship, I guess, it would be Paddy Ashdown without a doubt.
Yeah, and do you think many of those members would actually rather have Paddy Ashdown at the top now?
Yes. Yeah, there's always going to be a nostalgia for the leaders who've done a huge amount of work and then, as Paddy did pretty amazingly actually, leave on a high. He left of his own accord, which not many political leaders get to do. So yes, I'm sure there's kind of a bit of nostalgia in all the Dem members that would like to see Paddy suddenly come back, but he is also one of Nick Clegg's most vocal, loyal supporters.
It's been a difficult couple of years for Nick Clegg. Things, well, you know, he was on a high, wasn't he, just before the general election, then quite a few months or even years of lows, and then back on a high, as you mentioned this week. How important do you think for him as leader and for the party on their 25th anniversary was this week's victory at Eastleigh?
Oh, this week's victory in Eastleigh was absolutely critical. I mean, it's hard to exaggerate how important it was that the Liberal Democrats won this Eastleigh by-election. You can guarantee the headlines today and over the weekend, which would have been greeting Nick Clegg if he'd lost a Lib Dems seat. And we've got a party conference coming up in Brighton the weekend after. The amount of speculation about his future would have just grown and grown. And I mean, I think he would have stayed as leader, but it would have been a very difficult period of time for him. So, and therefore for the party. So I think it's hard to overestimate how important it was for the party. And I think that's why you saw quite such unity amongst party members, because the coalition is a difficult thing, and it has, I wouldn't say split the party, but it's certainly, there are people within it who are very unhappy with the direction of the coalition and the Lib Dems' involvement within it. Yet everyone pulled together when it came to the Eastleigh by-election.
And that's Stephen Tall, editor of the blog Lib Dem Voice. Now then, more